Welcome to HTML4 video series. This is part 56, and today we are going to take a look at the control panel of our website. In the past, we have already bought the domain and the hosting space in order to create a website, right? So once we do that, provider gives you a few things. One of them is control panel and one of them is FTP. FTP we saw in action last time while deploying our live website, right? So that's that. And control panel is something where you can configure your website, you can install different applications like WordPress, etc. Basically you can do a lot of things, right? And that is the reason why we get the control panel. So let's log in. So if I want to log in, while buying the domain and hosting space, they give you the login URL. In my case, it is something like this. In your case, your provider might give you some different URL and some different way of authenticating yourself. So in my case, I need to put down the username and password. Once I log in, I get something like this, control panel. This is a control panel. Over here you can do a lot of things. You can see this is me, this is my domain name, okay? And now over here we are going to create something like this. What we did was we created a subdomain htmltest.sufferingitbastard.com and we push our local website over here. So let's understand two things here. When I say sufferingitbastard.com, it means it's my parent. It's the only one domain I have. Within that, if I want to create, a child, that's called as subdomain, which is HTML test. So very simple concept, parent and child. So when you create a subdomain, okay, so it would be something like this. HTML test, when we created, we said it is going to be HTML test, but it is part of the domain, the main domain. So the URL becomes like this. So people, if they want to access your HTML test subdomain, they have to put in the address like that. Okay, next we are going to create a new subdomain. Okay, so once you click on that, you end up over here, and I have decided that I'm going to give a subdomain name as ok.com, sufferingitbastard.com, and I've also decided that all my content I will dump into the OK directory. So when people will call ok.sufferingitbastard.com, it will look into this directory and where my pages will reside, and from there this server will serve the pages, right? So once I hit OK, it will create a subdomain for me and it will look something like this. Once this process completes, it tells you that your subdomain is created. Then you go again in website and domains and you scroll down and you can see which is created right here. So you're happy that your subdomain is created. At the very same time, if you look at the FTP, once again let me connect. Okay, so you can see the subdomain was created here, right? And it has some content, right? So the bottom line is, when I clicked here, okay, it created a subdomain for me, which is pretty much accessible from this control panel, and it is also accessible from the FTP as well, right? And if I go and browse my subdomain, it will look something like this, right? Right now the subdomain has some default content which is given by the provider itself, and it is pretty helpful. It tells me that right now this site is not available. If you want this site to configure, then you need to go on to this link and start configuring your website, and which is nothing but this link. Okay, so in the next video I will show you how do you push the content on from here or from here, right? So hope to see you in the next video. I hope this video helps you in some way, and if it does, then guys, please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching. Good night and take care.